A Collin County man is changing West Virginia politics. Stephen Smith is running for governor there, and his campaign often compared to Beto O'Rourke because of the huge grassroots effort. He's back in North Texas to fundraise and visit family. Good to see you, Stephen.
Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Congratulations on your success up there, man. It's fascinating to see. To be clear, you were born in West Virginia. You moved here when you were 9. You graduated from Plano Senior High, so and your family's still here too, so your Texas roots are pretty deep.
That's right. A lot of people leave West Virginia because we have such poor leadership. 41 people a day are leaving the state, and what we're doing in this campaign is giving an opportunity for some of those West Virginians to give back. And so everywhere we do a fundraiser, we also seed a local West Virginians Everywhere chapter, and this is the 10th one. So
10th one here in North Texas. The Financial Times had an interesting story that you guys even had on your website as well too. It says some of your supporters are also supporters of President Trump. You're running as a Democrat. What do his supporters see in you? Yeah,
so politics in West Virginia, just like it is across the country, isn't left versus right. It's the good old boys versus everybody else. And what we're running in West Virginia is the kind of campaign that anyone can be a part of if what they want is fundamental change. And that's rational, right? The Democrats held power for 82 years, and life didn't get better for folks for the most part. Republicans have held power for the last 5 years, and life isn't getting better. And what people in West Virginia are starting to realize, and it's exciting to see, is that we're never going to get the kind of change we need with one politician or one party. What we need is a people's government, and that's what we're trying to build.
Well, speaking of building that, you guys are recruiting down-ballot candidates to work with you, and your campaign is even helping train them?
That's right. So at this moment, as we sit here, we have 229 county captains already recruited and trained across all 55 West Virginia counties. We've got 38 constituency teams. So veterans organizing veterans, students organizing students, social workers, people in recovery, because the truth is nobody is being well represented by government in West Virginia. And then we're up to 43 candidates that we've recruited down ballot, most of them first-time candidates. And over the next 4 months, I think, we have 5 candidate trainings that our campaign is organizing for the whole movement.
And then I want to ask you about fundraising too. That's what's made so many headlines, is your fundraising ability. People compare you to Beto O'Rourke in that sense as well too. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we just had a filing report come back, and we learned that in the last quarter, our campaign outraised every other candidate for governor on both sides combined. And the way we're doing it is with small donations. So if you want a government of the people, you have to have a campaign funded by the people. So what that meant was 2,449 small donations came into our campaign. Meanwhile, our billionaire governor had 13 small donations.
Why West Virginia? I mean, you graduated from high school in Plano. Why not seek political office in Texas?
West Virginia's home. It's where I was born, and there's something special about fighting in West Virginia because of our history. So West Virginia was the only state that was forged in the Civil War because we chose the right side. We are the only state that played host to the largest labor conflict in American history, the mine wars, where black, white, and immigrant workers came together and fought against company rule. And then the teacher strike is showing it once again. This nationwide teacher strike started in our backyard because that's the kind of people we are. We stick up for each other.
Most recently, that teacher strike happened there too. Stephen Smith, candidate for governor of West Virginia, who is a Plano senior high grad. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much. People can find us at westvirginiacan'twait.com.
Good deal. Thanks, Stephen. Appreciate it.